Summer is here and I know we are all looking forward to some fun in the sun, but I want to help you do so without destroying your hair. It is important to protect your hair so your hair is not a brittle, broken mess this fall. In this video, I am going to share tips for summer hair care maintenance. Tip number 1, use UV protection. Ultraviolet radiation is part of the electromagnetic spectrum that reaches the earth from the sun. These are classified as UVA, UVB, and UVC, with UVA being the longest. UVAs penetrate the atmosphere and cause premature skin aging, eye damage, and skin cancers. UVA rays account for about 95% of the UV radiation we are exposed to and are responsible for darkening skin. When it comes to your hair, excessive UV radiation results in damage to the cuticle layer, causing moisture and protein loss, even more so in color-treated hair. Loss of protein makes the hair less elastic, which leads to breakage, loss of moisture, and loss of natural curl definition. Just like you use SPF for your skin, you need to use products that protect your hair from sun damage. A few natural occurring product ingredients would include things like sunflower extract, tocopherol, mongongo oil, and hydrolyzed vegetable protein. However, the concentration amount determines if it's actually active in the formula or not, so you would rely on the product description to state whether it protects from sun damage. Some man-made ingredients are the methoxy family. These are sometimes found in sunscreens, lip balms, and hair products and act as UVA absorbers to protect against radiation. Now, if you know you prefer a lot of sun play and you are thinking about getting color for the summer, you definitely should hold off until the fall. Color does not like extreme anything. It doesn't like too much sun, heat, or manipulation. Regardless of if you have color-treated hair or not, you need to limit direct sun exposure and have a routine that protects and shields your hair. This is my ultimate protection trio. The scalp cleanser is going to balance and hydrate the scalp, remove buildup from the scalp and hair, and create a clean palette for proper treatment absorption. The curl restoring treatment is going to restore protein moisture balance and repair the cuticle layer that gets disrupted by a lot of sun exposure and general manipulation, so you have greater moisture retention and less breakage. And the curl primer provides a layer of protection after treatment. It detangles and aids in curl definition, and it can also be used as a sunscreen before heading out into the sun to protect hair from damage. Tip number 2, protect your hair while swimming. Before you head to the pool or in the ocean, you should cover your strands with a leave-in conditioner that contains some type of silicone, and here's why. Silicones create a barrier between your hair and external elements. They will help keep the chemicals used to treat pool water from completely absorbing into your hair shaft. If you have permanent color or bleached hair, you need to keep your head out of the pool altogether. The chemicals in pool water will have a fight with the ammonia high alkaline color in your hair, and your hair will lose. The safest option if you plan on submerging your head in water is to wear a swim cap. There are lots of options out there for long, denser hair and vendors that make caps for locks. You just need to Google around for them. Tip number 3, don't skip out on deep treatments. I know it is so tempting to quickly shampoo and rinse out, condition, or just use co-wash in the summer because you're on the go, but skipping out on deep treatment for the entire summer will have you dry, brittle, and broken come fall. Textured hair needs penetrating conditioning regularly. I recommend weekly, but if you go past that, just be mindful of how your hair behaves and adjust accordingly. In the summer months, the exposure to sun is so much higher, so you definitely want to be replenishing and repairing your curls. My curl restoring treatment is formulated to repair on a regular basis, so it is made for weekly use. It has quinoa protein, the most complete protein with all the amino acids in the chain, so it is able to repair the cuticle and in turn help retain more moisture. It is not a protein treatment. It is a treatment with protein in it. They are not formulated the same. Protein treatments are recommended for chemical and structural damage. Treatments with protein in them are for everyone all the time. Regardless of your hair type, curly hair is always losing protein due to regular manipulation and just living in your hair. So avoiding products with protein altogether is not helpful to the overall health of your hair. Protein loss makes hair mushy, overly frizzy, and can result in loss of curl pattern and a lot of split ends. Now, if you are traveling and you know you'll need to refresh, it's okay to take a co-wash to minimize the amount of products you pack, but just make sure you don't let that turn into an all-summer routine. Tip number 4, be mindful of protective style timing. Braids are very popular styles in the summer because it relieves you of having to do your hair and they offer beautiful versatility and style. However, the term protective style is a bit deceiving. Braiding hair is synthetic, acrylic, plastic fibers that are absorbent and coated in chemicals to create the texture and color and keep the hair from breaking down in the plastic packaging it's sold in. So when you wrap your hair in that synthetic material, it's going to draw moisture away from your hair and prevent you from properly cleansing and deep treating, which means leaving braids in for more than a couple, 2 or 3 weeks is setting yourself up to potentially have some damage on the back end, especially if you were already struggling with any type of breakage, thinning, or loss of curl pattern beforehand. Now, this is not to say that you should not get your hair braided. I am saying be mindful of leaving them in too long. Also, consider the amount of tension and weight you are applying to your scalp. If you have color-treated hair, remember what I said. Color-treated hair doesn't like excessive anything, so leaving braids in for long periods of time would fall in that excessive bucket. While you are braided, you can use my Scalp and Curl Clarifier to cleanse and care for your scalp and the Curl Primer to replenish moisture in the hair that's wrapped in the braids. This will also help reduce sun and environmental damage to your scalp and hair. Now, I thought this was common knowledge, but I've seen a few videos on the Instagram and I have gotten a few DMs with some folks ending up with a tangle nest. So as a PSA, when you remove your braids, use a detangling comb or brush to remove the shed hair from each braid section before you wet to wash it. If you don't, the hundreds of shed hairs that have been locked inside of the braids are going to entangle themselves in your other hair and you may end up having to literally cut it out. And of course, if you wear braids for months and you don't feel like you have any issues, you don't have to march into the comments to tell me about it. Enjoy your style. Tip number 5, eat a balanced diet and drink lots of water. Water is the lifeline to all parts of the body, including your scalp, and it's essential to having healthy hair and skin. You are more prone to being dehydrated in the summer months, so you need to drink at least half your body weight in ounces of water each day. Honestly, you should try to drink more than that. I get up to a gallon a day. If you find yourself struggling with water intake, here are some water-filled foods you can add to your diet. You also need to eat as many essential vitamins and nutrients as possible in your meals. Vitamin C helps reduce breakage. Iron moves oxygen through the body, which aids in healthy hair growth. Vitamin A helps produce natural oil in your scalp, sebum. Zinc is responsible for accelerating new skin cells, and biotin helps prevent hair loss. Think of ways to reduce your processed sugar intake as well. Have frozen Greek yogurt instead of ice cream. Swap the popsicles for natural frozen fruit bars. Choose grilled meats over fried ones. Basically, just make better choices when it comes to your food, and many of the scalp and skin issues you have will get better over time. I get asked a lot about hair vitamins, and my answer is always going to be take better care of yourself. They are not a substitute for a balanced diet and a consistent hair routine. They are generally overloaded with amounts of ingredients that your body cannot fully absorb and mostly will be discarded as waste. Also, any positive effects of them are because your body is missing so many essential vitamins from an unbalanced diet that the benefit will be lost when you discontinue use of the vitamin if you don't make dietary changes. Now, this does not apply to anyone with a vitamin deficiency due to a health condition. Of course, you need to be supplementing what your body needs based on a physician's diagnosis. And y'all already know I am always going to press you to get your annual physical with blood work and make sure that your blood pressure, iron, thyroid, vitamin D, and cholesterol are all in good standing. Unless you have recently given birth or are in menopause, hair loss is usually connected to an internal health issue. So put down the expensive vitamins and the growth oil mixtures and make a doctor's appointment. But overall, lifestyle changes yield more sustainable results for the long run. Remember, when it comes to your hair and really life in general, the success you are looking for is in the work you are avoiding. I hope these tips help you keep your hair healthy while you enjoy the summer with your friends and family. You will find links to related tutorials and posts below this video or by visiting MoKnowsHair.com.